I hope your hands are free. Very good. Because I don't want you to do anything with your hands. I want you to shake your hips. Come on. Left to right, to left, to right, to left, to right. Kick. Left to right, to left, to right, to left, to right. Kick.
Amisha Mehta.
Come on, please give her a big round of applause.
Teacher, Alankaar, rhymes doctor, music enthusiast and lyricist. So we had a singer amongst us all this time. And we've been quiet.
Yes.
Wow.
Please come. Please come. Pleasure.
Rekha, absolutely. Tasneem Dohadwalla, the wonderful Tasneem who's been catching snippets for us on all social media channels. She's the middle school coordinator for Fazlani.
How many of you want to lose weight? Because clapping helps you lose weight.
Right. And I'd also like to call Garima.
I think she has got a cold.
Right.
Could we have some lucky draw?
Yeah. So let's do a lucky draw. Ini, mini, miny, mo. Ini, mini, Manovi. Where is Manovi?
Manovi, yes.
She was already there on a panel. Okay. Who? Hiran. Come. Harshita was there on this panel. No, Harshita was already there on this panel. Then why is she not there? Yes, we added her. Reshma, what happened? We added her. So then she didn't know.
No, sorry.
Okay, come Harshita. So sorry for all this confusion, but we are Jod for Tod. इसीलिए तोड़ लास्ट में आता है, लेकिन जोड़ फोड़ तोड़. So on my left hand side are two Red Riding Hood, and on my right hand side are very esteemed panelists. Okay. So we're going to start with well-being and mindfulness. So this panel is going to be very different from the other panels. As you can see, I'm not sitting on the side. I'm sitting with the panelists. I'm going to be throwing questions to the audience also. So I want a lot of engagement in this panel discussion. So the panelists shouldn't feel bad if I only ask you one question each. But the whole idea of this is that we have to make well-being and mindfulness a very important topic in the early years. Now, why did I choose this topic? When I was working with Cambridge early years, they had an entire book, a workbook on well-being. And that got me thinking that why do we not give importance when it comes to books and storybooks and activities on the whole concept of well-being? I mean, look at it. So a well-being is being given so much of importance in the Cambridge early years curriculum. And when I read the stories, etc., which are included in the well-being curriculum, I said, we talk about manners, we talk about hygiene, we talk about safety, body safety, etc. But if you put these all together, what do they all stand for? They stand for your overall well-being. We talk about happiness curriculum. First of all, I'm against this concept. I'm very sorry. Catch me on video, do what you want. But happiness cannot be a curriculum. Happiness is a feeling. It is an emotion. It cannot be taught. It needs to be experienced. So when you say that I'm designing a happiness curriculum, are you going to make me laugh? Are you a stand-up comedian? It is an emotion that comes from me as a child. And well-being includes happiness. And that's why kudos to Cambridge. I don't know whether they are here or not, but the new curriculum of Cambridge for the early years is excellent. I would advise all educators here to have a look at their workbooks which they have for the early years, Cambridge Early Years program. Cambridge has a lot of workbooks, but have a look at the books that they have designed. Believe me friends, I never endorse anything. But when you see these worksheets, they are not your run-of-the-mill worksheets of color this and circle this. It's all about concepts. And the well-being curriculum has so many stories and activities for the children that well-being becomes part of the mindfulness that they practice. And that's why we said we must have well-being and mindfulness as our panel discussion. Now, I know she has introduced everybody, But I would like to take a chance to also give you another look at all these people on the panel here. Rekha. Rekha is very conscious about people being happy all the time. She wants that always. She will click photographs so that people have memories. She will send them those photographs so that they'll smile. What is that? Is that a need to be attached or need to be seen? No, it's a sense of well-being that she wants to spread. We have Dr. Amisha here. She's a doctor by profession, but she's written a book which we are launching after the session. It is to integrate Indian music into the rhymes that we sing in our classrooms. Isn't that wonderful? Our sur, our tal, we don't acquaint children with these anymore. And here you have a doctor by profession who has thought of this. And this teaches us that we can learn from every profession. It need not be that educators can learn only from educators. And that is the synthesis, the manthan that ECA stands for. And she has said that I want these rhymes, she's recorded them, she has the book format which we are launching today, but they are available free of cost for download on our ECA website. She said I don't want to charge anything for it. On my left, you have Tasneem. Tasneem, if you follow her on Facebook, she always has a poem for everything. And when you read those poems, you automatically either have a smile or a laugh or a giggle. Well-being. What is she spreading with it? She's spreading well-being. Why does she write those poems? When she's touched emotionally, the poem comes on its own. She doesn't have to sit the whole night and try to think about it. But I'm sure when Tasneem is upset or angry or depressed, those rhymes won't come to her. That is the power of well-being. And then you have Harshita. Harshita, I call her the queen of phonics. Because if anybody wants to learn phonics, you have to go to Harshita. And Harshita can teach it to you so well. I'm surprised how this lady is not bored after the number of sessions that she's taken on that topic. She's always smiling throughout the session. Even if you mispronounce anything, she will correct you very gently. And that tells you that that love for the subject has brought that sense of well-being in her. So well-being is not about me being healthy or me being mentally fit and fine. Well-being comes in every aspect of our life. And that's what we are here to discuss. So tell me, all of you, what gave you your sense of well-being in the last 2 days? Interactions, meeting with people. Okay, what else? Learning new things gives you a sense of well-being. Yes. Innovations. Yes, Kush. Self-awareness, being aware about how you are, what you are, how you are reacting to things. Everything leads to, yes, Kamini ma'am.
Genuine expression of people after you have done your session and then their reactions to us as to how the session.
The applause after a session or the feedback after a session. Like many people gave me a feedback yesterday, though even though yesterday I was resting, I was constantly monitoring what's happening here, and a lot of people gave me a feedback that some of the sessions could have been better. You know, if I was an emotional porcupine, I would have just reacted to it. How dare you? You don't know how much of hard work we put into it. You know, blah, 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 blah. But yes, you have to mull over it, and it gave me a sense of feeling that yes, what they say is right. And when we take feedback and we understand that feedback, we reach a kind of a, calmness in life. And that is what well-being is all about. And that is why I cannot thank Cambridge enough that I have seen no curriculum in the world use the word well-being. And that is very important. So let's start first with Rekha, our ambassador. Rekha has been a principal for many years. And Rekha, I want to ask you as a principal, how did you ensure the well-being A, of your students and B, of your teachers?
So, yeah, you can use this one. No, he gave it to me.
It's on.
No, I put it off, sorry, now it's on. So for me, well-being had 5 factors, to be honest. For me, it was all about physical, mental, emotional, social and spiritual well-being. And I just felt that this made a lot of difference not only to the teachers but also the students in various age level. So everything used to revolve around that, and then through that I got the parents involved also. So they knew कि ये 5 नंग हमारे साथ सब जगह चलेंगे. So that was what really made a difference.
Absolutely. And how do you ensure your well-being?
I have hobbies. I'm learning, I study, so I have joined different classes. So I have a music class, I have dancing class, so I do twice a week Zumba, and on 4 times a week I learn the Vedas and the Upanishads, and my teacher, the head teacher is in Hyderabad and my younger teacher is also there, and every day I make 5 phone calls to people without an agenda, and I said, मैंने phone किया बताने के लिए कि मैं जिंदा हूँ. And I run this, what I call the Feel Good Club, where I do one thing good in my life, every day come what may. And one of the things which I love to share is what I got from my mother. I make caramel pudding every day of my life, and I make 3 of them. And I carry it every morning, जहाँ भी जाऊँगी, जिसको भी मिलूँगी, जिसके
एक भी ECA मीटिंग में लाई है ये? मैम, एक भी ECA मीटिंग में लाई है? 10 साल हो गए.
मैम, I lied home. Absolutely. And she made everybody eat. ऐसे घर तक पहुँचा. She said नहीं घर तक नहीं पहुँचा, सबको खिला दिया ऑफिस पे. That also happened. So these are little things, and that Feel Good Club is all about, you feel good about something that you're doing that gives you happiness, and it gives happiness to somebody else. So it's all just pay it forward and pass it forward.
So if you see Rekha's answer, she said, I'm learning a lot of new skills. And it's not necessarily related to her occupation. So any one of you here are learning new skills not related to your profession? Yes, can you tell me? Yes. You're learning dance, okay, and you? Kathak, salsa, yes sir. You are the one who I'm supposed to hug after this, right? 40,000 rupees deposit kijiye sir. Yes sir. Which one?
Learning guitar.
Learning guitar. Now look at that. See, fabulous. Now tell me, if in these classes that you all are doing, do they give you report cards that you are better than this, better than that? They don't, right? So please tell me, when you have hobbies in school, why do you still grade children on that? How can you grade children on the arts? Then it becomes thus like an academic subject. And that is contrary to well-being. So when we are talking about well-being, let's not only look at it as an academic word. Let's look at also and introspect where all we are destroying the well-being of children. So our job is not only to teach and ensure well-being, our job for Jor is also to find out where all we are diminishing the well-being of children and do away with those activities, for those activities. Let me come to my extreme left now, Harshita. Harshita, phonics. You've always been about phonics. Of course, there's a lot of controversy going on all the time about whether is phonics the right way to teach children his whole language. Sikhana bhi chahiye ki nahi sikhana chahiye. How do you maintain your well-being?
For me, I think it's always ongoing learning, which I believe, and it's always that, every time when you learn something, there's something for you. So even if I'm listening to music, there's a language in that. Even if I'm like the rituals, the daily what I do it in the morning, because first of all, if you're looking at the well-being of children, I think as a teacher, it's important that morning when ma'am was taking us through all the activities which is there, it's like be in the moment, make them do something which is there. But before we go to the children, I think it's important for, as a teacher, that what are we doing? Are we in that neutral state of mind? And for that, certain rituals as a human being, like, so morning, yes, the meditation which is there, listening to the music which is, which really cheers me. Before I get out of the house, few rituals which I never ever, forget to do it. And when you are, and that is every day. I have my forgiveness journal which is there. I have my, the thank you notes, which I have been lucky enough to have the mentors like.
एक भी thank you note मुझे नहीं मिला है अभी तक.
Which very
एक भी नहीं मिला है.
diary बता दी journaling में, so that is there.
I'm just pulling your leg.
Yeah. And a reflection. Every single day, by the end of the day, it's important that you reflect on your day and see that, okay, what is that I could have still done better? And your emotion, like as, I think as, we women, when we talk about particularly, from morning to evening, we'll run through a lot of things in emotional state. Now, are we like being that porcupine, and can we control that? So for that, what is that one thing which can be done, and how we can take care of that? So we know that there are 4 times or 5 times a day, something you will not like it. Something will not go the way you expected it. But in that moment, do we have anything which we can do it?
So connecting to that point, Arshita, you take a class of say 50, you recently took with our Balwadi, Anganwadi teachers. If they don't learn up to the level of the effort that you have put in, how do you handle your emotions then?
Yeah, first is, for me, it is like say, you take a deep breath in and breathe out. So first is empty vessel, means you don't have the judgment that they don't have the capability.
That's it.
And
Empty your mind of a
very
judgment.
important, And the moment we take out that, because when we see children or any individual, I think they all have the potential. But how much patience level we can have it and we can work through. And the moment we start, knowing what they want and then give it to them, it becomes easier. But before that, the calmness within us, are we actually having that calmness, which is very important. And then in that state of mind, we know that everything what we absorb would be always which we want them to do it.
It's easier said than done, maintaining that calmness. Somewhere I read was that don't ever have patience. Okay? Don't have patience, because you will always run out of patience. Have understanding. So all of you who have problems with your mother-in-laws, don't have patience. Have understanding. कि कल तुम भी mother-in-law बनोगे. That is the understanding to have.
और वो भी है कि many a times you don't like the things, but how you going to react? ठीक है, you have that, you shake it up your emotion. You have your mirror exercise, have that smile, and I say that anything which is really irritating you, you know that these are the comments which might be. Give some face which is more smiley, and ठीक है, वो अमिताभ बच्चन है, ठीक है, वो शाहरुख खान है, and you just let go that emotion instead of harnessing that emotion for a longer time, which would take a root of maybe.
So basically, you control and manage your emotions. That is very important.
And then shift it immediately in the moment, and you are on. So be in the moment, which is very, very important. Even at a center, like we have certain.
So I'm going to come back to you. Yeah. I'm going to go first now to Dr. Amisha. Dr. Amisha, what you are doing with Indian classical music and ensuring that it reaches our classrooms. Tell us something about it, why you thought about it, and why do you think it's important?
Okay, so the rhymes that we have been learning from so many years, when I started thinking about what we were learning, like Humpty Dumpty sat on a wall, Humpty Dumpty had a great fall, and maybe rain, rain, go away, come again another day. And it made me think back and say that, does this make sense to me? And if it doesn't make sense to me, then why am I teaching it to somebody who is so naive? And so, realizing the fact that India is an agricultural country where we need rain. How can we teach our children rain, rain, go away? And so there are rhymes that have been created. And then because I write, I realized that okay, fine, I can write something. Then I said, okay, abhi isko music kaise denge? So then I went back to my music, which I learned in the beginning of my years, which is the Alankars. The Alankars are the foundation of any music learning. And then I said, okay, fine, so then I can put these words on this music and let me create a rhyme which will actually make sense, and it will do a double-edged advantage that the child, while learning the rhymes, is simultaneously, subconsciously even learning the music, which becomes his foundation for learning music if he wants to pursue it later on. Even if he doesn't want to pursue it later on, at least he has good content. And so that is how these rhymes came into being. Yes, and I give it to you.
And she gave them free to us and free to all of you all. I have gone through all the rhymes and I have listened to them because she has recorded them also. And I think this is one of the best gifts that we could give our children, the gift of foundational music. Because if you notice, music and tunes are somewhere missing in the early years. We don't focus so much on music. And it's very important that children should know, because music is related to math. So the same part of the brain deciphers music and math. So if children are good in music, they will be good in math. And not necessarily if they are good in math, they'll be good in music. So it's not necessary that the Shakuntala Devi was a good musician. But if given a chance, all good musicians can become good at maths because they have understood the coding which is required in music and musical instruments. Coming to Tasneem. Tasneem, one of your books is also going to be released today. And this is ECA's attempt to ensure that the right nursery rhymes reach our schools. If you see all the publications available in the market, they all start with this, Jack and Jill, Humpty Dumpty, and every school buys it. If you were to be truthful, it's there in your schools also. And one of the biggest reasons that you all will give is that parents wanted, baki ke school hai, to isliye humko lena pada. ECA is starting 2 campaigns. Campaign number 1, we are going to appeal to all publishing houses, whether it's Macmillan or anybody, we're going to appeal to them to please remove certain rhymes which are not relevant in the Indian context. Last year we had released a small booklet, it's available on our website, called Please Don't Sing Rain, Rain, Go Away. There are other rhymes that you can sing like, what can you do on a rainy day, on a rainy day, on a rainy day? What can you do on a rainy day when you can't go out and play? So let's do this on a rainy day. So instead of blaming the rain, let's adjust to the rain. And that is also a sense of well-being that you are teaching children, that sometimes problems will be there. Doesn't mean you tell the problem to go away. You have that resilience in you to adjust to that problem. Now Tasneem has written a collection of rhymes for all age groups, and that is the book that we are launching today. Again, it is available for download on our website from today onwards. Please have a look at that collection, because the rhymes are so beautiful, so simple, so topical. So Tasneem, tell us, because I saw more than 200 rhymes. How did you do that?
Firstly, good afternoon everyone, and it's an honor to be here, sitting right next to ma'am. We're nervous, we're anxious, but thank you ma'am for this opportunity, and thank you for giving me this opportunity to, publish my rhymes with PCA. Talking about rhymes, actually thanks to the pandemic ma'am, I started writing, and it was just very, very random, and I just felt that okay, I do have a little bit of rhythmic sense, never learnt it, it was just purely out of passion. You have encouraged it a lot, I must say. She's one lady along with my mother-in-law. They both have really encouraged me to say, come on, write. It's about anything. You just give me a topic and say, now write. So I would start writing, and I started writing for my son because he also enjoyed it, and we sat together, sang it together, and that's how it actually evolved. And as you rightly said, I've written it basically for topics. Like it could be on friendship, it could be on kindness, it could be, just to play.
All the topics that are the themes in your schools. It's on vegetables and fruits. And
yes, vegetables, fruits, everything, so age appropriate. And I just totally enjoyed it. I did it over like a week, and I was also surprised myself that I could manage more than 200 rhymes. And but it's just thanks to Swati ma'am and my family that I could manage to do that. So it was just
so are you having a sense of well-being right now?
Oh yes, absolutely, because sitting here today, first I was very anxious ma'am, yes, I was worried that I'm going to be sharing the platform with all of them and of course you. But I think the way you just let us be, and you just said just
flow, I think that's so beautiful. So we're all looking at this wonderful audience, all eyes on us. Yes, but then what I just did, I have to tell you that I just closed my eyes because I knew I was anxious. I knew I'm not calm. So what I generally do is I've not made it right now, but I make this red dot, either on my thumb or at the back over here, and I just say, I'm pressing my calm button. I'm calm.
Oh,
I'm
lovely.
calm.
Lovely.
I'm calm. And I'm fine. And then I just do some positive affirmations. I'm going to be loved. I said that to myself today. I'm going to be loved. So, and that's how I just came up on stage. So that's how it is.
Wonderful. I think we should teach this to children. Give them a calm button. Then whenever you're feeling upset, angry, press the calm button. That's so lovely. And if children see us doing it, they will themselves realize that I can also take care of my emotions. See, that is itself a sense of well-being. So well-being need not be an abstract topic. Well-being need not be something that very academic, we will take care of it. Well-being can come in these little things. Now I'm going to throw open a question to the audience. We all talk about well-being of children. What do we do for the well-being of teachers? Yes, Pathik, I love to say your name.
We organize parties for them, we organize teachers' day holidays for them, we take them for the dreams, and we make sure that their husband and their children are also invited for lunch and dinner, so that teachers are always happy and then.
So basically, you take them out for celebrations, okay? Yes. Inner wisdom. So you work on the change of their attitudes, okay? Yes, Kaisar? What do you do in Jammu and Kashmir?
I have started and way too far over there. We have one day going for 2 hours, writing just every day, 1 day.
Okay. Oh, that's wonderful. Yes, Punjab and Pritam. Pay more salaries. One of the most important things for well-being. Absolutely. Shovan.
So, we are doing quarterly appraisal for them on the basis of what is the personal development they are doing. And they share what personal growth they are doing, maybe in the family, maybe with their own children, with colleagues. So we acknowledge that and we award them.
So acknowledgement, celebration, inner development, better salaries. Yes, ma'am. Manobi. See, that's so wonderful, make them feel acknowledged. Yes, ma'am. Yes. In the front of everybody. Wonderful. So she listens to the teacher's problems. Yes, ma'am. And then you, ma'am. After her, you.
Daily 10-minute session on pranayama.
Pranayam.
We give them appreciation, regular appreciation on the WhatsApp group and on the ERP system. And as ma'am said about mental and physical health, we know they undergo mental health like they
Right.
with us. So we have made up a bond, like we have a leadership group where they can come and share with them, and we don't disclose to anybody. So it is so confidential, and that is how we went out. And
Venting. Very good.
Very important. And now we have seen that when they get transferred to other cities, they come back and say and call us that ma'am, this was a place where we used to pour our heart and whatever difficulties we had.
Wonderful, wonderful. Venting. Yes.
So on their birthday, we send a letter to their family, like husband or children, depending on the family. That because of you, my teachers, they are doing.
How lovely. How lovely. How lovely. So we've got some fantastic ideas. I would advise you all to do 3 things for your teachers this Teachers' Day, because it's just coming around the corner. Number 1, please ensure that your teachers take part in the ECA Teacher Oath Ceremony. We are doing it pan-India. That if medical professionals can take an oath, why can't teachers? So as part of Azadi Ka Amrut Mahotsav, ECA is starting this campaign of making teachers take an oath. Harsha here is in charge. Please watch our WhatsApp pages and our social media pages. You will get it there. Number 2, very important to acknowledge and award your teachers in front of their families. Very important. Because you may award them in front of all of you, but what matters to them is that my family saw me being awarded. Because in most families, a teacher is not considered as a great profession, even now. There will be a doctor in the house, there will be other ladies who are working even as a air hostess or anything. Dentist hogi, ye hogi, even corporate mein kaam karti hogi. Those will be given more of an hierarchy, but when she says, I am a kindergarten teacher, she is not respected in her own family. What's the salary you are bringing? That's not a job. So it's very important you acknowledge her in front of the family. And number 3, please make your teachers start making a self-journal. When they see their own self-growth, their well-being will improve. Now, I want to take 3 minutes. And I want Aditi. Aditi is here? Aditi? Aditi, what can you do for us now in 3 minutes for the well-being of all of us? 3 minutes. Yeah. You want a mic? Yeah.
Thank you, ma'am. 3 minutes. So I know only one thing to do for well-being. I believe we all women collect a lot of stress here. So I'm going to ask you all to stand up for 1 minute. I'm going to play an instrumental song. I'm not going to do anything. I want you to hear the song and do what you feel like. But only one mandatory requirement is your legs have to keep moving. They can move sideways, they can move wherever, but they have to keep moving. Legs have to keep moving. Haath ka aapko jo karna hai karo. I'm just going to continue the theme of Feel Good. This is a Mexican tune.
ekdam hi. Jayesh bhai, zordar. Okay, so I'm now going to my last round of questions and I'm going to start with Tasneem. So Tasneem, what would you like to add or advise everybody about well-being?
Thank you, ma'am. So this is something that we recently did at our school right now, and you know we all have, like if you're a coordinator, if you're heading a department, you have your own little cabin space or office space. So I have my little cabin, which is like probably so much, but we call it now our happy space. All right, we don't call it coordinator, we don't call it any of those. We call it the happy space. Now, why is it happy? Because obviously children can come in any time. But what have we created? We've created a calming corner. We've created an affirmation wall, so there's a mirror, and on that, every day I go and first check myself out, of course. And then there are affirmations put out there. I'm honest, I'm loved, I'm kind, I'm caring, couple of them, and I keep changing them every 10, 20 days, so we have a couple of affirmations there. Then there are techniques, right? So if a child is not feeling too good, or if a teacher specifically, because sometimes we don't give opportunities to teachers, so they can come in any time into our office, that happy space that we've created. There's a swing that I've also got for them. So I've kept it over there, they come, they sit, they just plop themselves up over there and say, okay, Miss, now I'm a little irritated, I'm going to just sit here, breathe and go back. So we put techniques for breathing. We have bubbles, we have the blow bubbles, they blow with that. We have sensory stuff, they just play with clay, crayons. And one book which I've kept over there is called The Color Monster. I hope most of you have read it, but in case if you haven't, it's a beautiful book, especially for early childhood also. And it talks about feelings, and it categorizes those feelings with colors. And at the end, you can create your own feelings jar. And at the end, we have a little gratitude journal that we've asked all our teachers to make and keep with children. So at the end of every period, they actually write something, or at the end of every day, they write something that they're grateful for. And we start out with our DDs who are there around on the floor. We want them to observe and take care of them. Lastly, the calming jar. I'm sure we all know the mindfulness jar. So you take one jar or any bottle with hot water, glitter with glitter glue. And then whenever your mind is feeling, upset, because our mind is full, right? Our mind is full of thoughts and emotions and ideas. We need to stop them. So that is why we cook up a storm in that jar. We shake it, shake it, shake it. We leave it there to rest. And as you see the glitter falling down, settling down, your mind is also settling down. So each of our teachers has that. We are now creating that for our students also, so each is getting that. And when they're feeling upset, their well-being is not up to mark, we just tell them to watch that glitter jar of theirs, and they love that. So that's something which we
So many takeaways. So many takeaways. So I think it's time for us to do a mindful exercise now. Do you all have a book, notebook, anything, diary with you? Put it on your head, please. That's good. Now close your eyes and breathe in deeply and exhale out. And also concentrate that the book or the diary or the booklet doesn't fall from your head. Eyes closed, sweetheart. If it falls, just put it back again. If it falls, it means you were breathing properly. The whole idea is not for the book to not fall. The whole idea is, were you breathing properly? Don't try to hold it. Come on, breathe in. If your book is still on your head, you're not breathing in properly. Yeah. Breathe in and breathe out. Come on, breathe in. Because you're all concentrating not on your breathing but on that book out there. Why have I made you put that book if I want you to concentrate on your breathing? That book is the distraction that you're going to conquer if you really want to meditate and be mindful. So for teachers, do this exercise, but for children, make them lie on the ground and make them put a small stone or this paperweight or something on their chest. And then ask them to deep breathe in and deep breathe out. What they will see is this going up and going down. Or put it on their stomach and they'll enjoy doing that. Yes, ma'am?
I would like to make a mention actually when we see a child born, it's the belly that the child is.
Yes, that's why I said either put it here or put it on the belly, because it's the belly where they will take the deep breathing. Actually, it's all our bellies only. If you've done yoga, you should know that your deep breathing happens deep breathing. So there are 3 levels of breathing. One is here, one is here, and one is here. So it's very important that you make children also conscious about that. Because when we say take deep breaths, we should know what we are talking about. That's very, very important. Okay, now we are reaching to the end of our panel discussion, and that's why I'm going to go to each of the panelists now to take their last message, advice on mindfulness. So, ma'am, over to you.
So I'm a little patriotic also, and this was a question that my son asked me once upon a time, that Mama, why do we have two Happy New Years? You know, one is after Diwali and one is after 31st of December. So at that time I realized that all our Indian festivals are on the lunar cycle, and we need to teach our children the lunar calendar month names also. So today, if you go to any child and you ask him, okay, can you name the 12 months of the year? He'll be like January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September. That's the way he goes. But then when you tell him, okay, so can you tell the 12 months according to the lunar calendar or according to the Indian calendar? And he would be like clueless. So I really feel that if we are living in a country where all our festivals are according to the lunar cycle, we need to promote Indianness and we need to make them feel good about being Indian, and that is the ultimate well-being. I believe that you have to be proud of where you belong, and you need to know. So there is one song in that collection which is there, which is on the 12 months, and I would really feel very happy if you all take that song and teach them the rhymes, teach them the 12 months names, like Kartik, Akshar, Posh, Mahat, Phagun, Chaitar, Vaishak, Jet, Ashar, Shravan, Bhado, Ashwin. At this pace, if your child can do it, I think that would be the best gift that I could have got. And thank you so much, ECA, for giving me a platform to promote music and rhymes and getting it more Indian. So thank you very much, ma'am.
Thank you so much, Dr. Amisha. Rekha, 1 minute, what would you like to say about well-being?
She has 1 minute, right? Okay.
नहीं है तो हम इसे
इसमें मेरे को कुछ नहीं दिखाया. The timekeeper is very bad, this time.
So I would just like to end with हंसना ही तो है जिंदगी, रो रो के जीवन होना ना, जीना है तो हंस के जियो, जीवन में भी रोना ना, जीना है तो हंस के जियो, जीवन में पल भी रोना ना. In mindfulness, the gratitude part is important, so thank you very much. Keep a jar next to your bed and little bits of papers, and every night put one point over there that I was thankful for that. And when I see my 2000 and 1997 and I take out a sheet, I'm thankful for the fresh pudina I got and fresh coriander I got.
Thank you so much. Arshita, half minute.
Yes, yeah. Be in the moment, and nobody can make you feel happy than yourself. So your inner world is the most beautiful world what you have it. Look into the mirror every day in the morning, make an eye contact and say, I am the best.
She's very bad. She's very bad girl, this girl. Because she wants to increase her timing.
Right? So have that, and that's, I think, the key reflection. And yes, every time make sure that in a day you check your gracefulness meter. That is, the language has a lot of power. As teachers, the language what we are using in the classroom plays a very important role. So in the middle of the day, and check where did I lose my gracefulness and why did I, and what is that I can do it so that I can manage that out of 10 at least 8 or 9 points. That is very important. As teachers, deep breathing, which the moment you have question, deep breathing, and when you go to the washroom, make sure that you make that eye contact and say, I am the best.
So much. Thank you, Arshita. Thank you so much. And as part of well-being, the last advice would be, please don't make your body, your size or your color a part of your general well-being. Your well-being should not be connected to that. And that's why it is very important for us to stop celebrating weight loss as if it is an Olympic medal. It's a part and parcel of our life. It happens or it doesn't happen. But I've noticed recently it's become a trend that if you have lost weight, it is celebrated. If you've not lost weight, it's not celebrated. And it is leading to a lot of loss of well-being and mental health issues, especially in women. We have enough of trouble. So please have the mantra that I have when it comes to weight. I tell people, why are you worried? My husband gets more of me. Simple. Okay? So thank you for the well-being and thank you for the mindfulness. I think the four of them were excellent. So please give them a huge round of applause. And what are we supposed to say? Okay. So do we have any things to give them?
Yes, ma'am, we'd like.
Yeah, but first we give Harshita and we give Rekha so that, then we can do the book launches. Otherwise we have a very crowded stage.
I'd like to also call on stage Colonel Shekhar and Lobson Fulsuk. So we're doing a book launch now for Alankaar, Rhyme Traditional Indian Music. Can we have Mr. Fulsuk on stage, please? Some louder music and hands together, please, for a book of music.
For you, sir.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, so this is just a sample of what is there in this book. So this song is on rain, and जैसे मैंने पहले भी कहा कि rain go away is not applicable and should not be there for anybody. So the song goes like this. बारिश की बूंदों में भीगे जो मेरा मन नाचेगा गाएगा, तू भी जो भीगेगा मेरे संग तुझको भी खूब मजा आएगा, सारे करेगा मगा मा पा मा पा धा नी धा नी सा नी धा नी धा पा मा गा मा गा रे सा। बारिश की बूंदों
available for free download on the ECA website with the recorded rhymes. Please download it. Thank you so much, Amisha.
The next book that we are launching is Reshma?
Let's finish the launches.
Is Rhymes for Foundational Years with Dr. Vats and Tasneem. Tasneem, can we have you on stage? And Colonel Rekha.
Yes.
And here we go. On your marks, get set, go! I want you to see the thickness of this book. So you can select whatever rhymes you all want. It's available again. It's not free because we are a non-profit. Thoda to humko daan karo. So we are a non-profit association.
So what do you want?
We want daan.
Just confirm.
हमको beat नहीं चाहिए, हमको दान चाहिए. So can you please read out one of your rhymes, please?
Something on mindfulness, so can I read that?
Yes, please.
This book is such a great tool to take inside the classroom because you know it's been verified by ECA.
Looks pleasant, yeah. Go ahead.
Thank you. So this is something that I've just penned because I knew we were doing a session on mindfulness. So just bear with me for a few seconds. Mindfulness is a way to enhance health or performance. It is a path for self-exploration, while for some, an insight into the human condition. Mindfulness is simply awareness, which comes out by paying attention, eventually helping us come out of a wandering mind situation. The awareness is non-judgmental. The feelings, thoughts are to be accepted as it is. Thus, being mindful transforms how we relate to experiences. Being mindful is to observe rather than react, which further helps our well-being remain fit and intact. It is important to pause and think, and you get a clear picture in just a blink. The autopilot mind mode needs to be turned off, where we are unable to see and appreciate the beauty that lies within the smallest of things, be it a sound, fragrance, or a bell ring. While we do notice something in the present, we react very quickly, perhaps as a result of limited perspectives, which further makes us judge instantly. Sorry, last page. Being caught with thoughts that pertain to the past, our plans for the future, a mindful mind and moment cannot be nurtured. Mindfulness helps us be present in our lives, provides us with some control over our reactions and repetitive thought patterns. For our mind, it surely is the guiding lantern. Thus notice and be aware. Take deep breaths. If your attention wanders and if a feeling pops, acknowledge that it is there, and then return back to that breathing square. Sit upright and think of different beautiful sights. Count all the things that are blue, and you are now focused in the present with thoughts renewed. Take a silent walk, feel the ground, take deep breaths, and all other thoughts can be put to rest. Avoid screen time before you sleep, as the light keeps you awake and alert, and unnecessary thoughts and feelings into the mind seep. Lastly, the skill increases as practice makes perfect. Without getting lost in other thoughts and feelings, we can pay attention to our chosen goal and object.
So, this is a poem that she wrote for the panel. This is not part of the book. So I would urge you to read something from the book. Otherwise, they are all getting a little worried that, oh my God, which age group should we teach this one to?
You're going to read from here? Yes. Wonderful. Go ahead.
Thank you so much. So I'm just going to read a very short poem which is on books, the book power. Books, 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 they fuel our mind. They help us to be smart and kind. Books help us appreciate and respect. Books help us with the world to connect. So read as much as you can and become a reading fan.
Thank you so much, both of you, for being here. Yes, no, the 2 minutes, no, half a minute. We're running on time. Half a minute. Half a minute to both of them.
Yeah.
This is totally unexpected honor for me. I don't know whether I even deserve this honor or not. but truly, truly beautiful. I'm really touched. And I think, especially when it comes to children, I think all of us in the same intention to help them and make our world better for everybody. And thank you so much for
Yeah, more books?
You've got 2 more books to launch. Yash and Yashika Learn to Code.
Normally I charge 1 crore per book release, so we will share 1 crore amongst us this time. Yeah.
And Code and Cody Love to Code. So Yash and Yashika Learn to Code. And God and Cody love to code.
This is speed book releases, right? Speed book releases, modern book releases.
Cheap releases, yeah.
So these are our 2 books on pre-coding. Coding is not about screens or computers. These are both story come activity books. Every school and primary school, preschool and primary school should have these because these are foundational learning activities. Please have a look at it at our stall. Thank you so much, both of you. And if you want, you can take as many copies as you want. Yes, please.
Thank you, and it also means that these books are available at the back.
25 seconds. Right. Hello, good afternoon to all of you. We are part of the micro minority here. If you find a man in this group, he is rarer than the Indian tiger. You don't find many men over here. Yes, a big round of applause for them. Yeah. Any more if we can? No, I just want you to be here for 10 seconds with me. Yeah. She's a long-standing friend and one of the few who can bully me to do whatever she wants me to do. That's the only. Lastly, I always identify people as DAs and SAs. DAs means Dukhi Atmas, SAs means Sukhi Atmas, but here I find SSAs, Super Sukhi Atmas. God bless you.